Up Alaskan Blizzard. So I don't know if you got your audio clear, Casper, but Willie Mo is in my chat. He's watching, so
Okay,
guess we got a little bit
coolio.
of an audience.
Right on, man. Right on. What's up, Willie Mo? How you doing, man?
So you want to kind of introduce yourself, Casper? I got the gist on Ren's while you was out, so
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do my intro real quick. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Kid Casper back with a different type of video for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Unfortunately, it's not gameplay, more like a podcast. We have
Mhm.
Roe0, Lydrate, and Kylo Ren's here. What's up?
Oh,
Hello,
what's up?
hello.
Oh, not much, man. All right, well, I guess Ro is the leader of the podcast, so I'll just hand it
Hmm.
off to him.
Oh, I got a message from someone. Oh.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, it's a podcast. Hold up, give me one sec. If this kid starts shit, just kick him from the party real quick.
Yeah, I got you.
But, but but no, basically I want to ask you like. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Casper, sort of how you got into Battlefront. That's if you feel comfortable, you know.
Yeah,
Just if you
yeah,
don't feel any
no.
comfortable questions, just let me know straight up.
Yeah, no, you're good, man. I'd like that story to be out there. So, let's wait a second here for him to join in.
Yeah, yeah. See what's going on with us. Yo,
Let-
Visa, I'm doing a podcast right now. You're free to join, put your audio in and whatnot. Just please try not to be toxic.
Hello.
Yeah, did you hear what I said?
Yeah. What do you guys doing?
I'm doing a podcast right now, just talking, asking questions, just hanging out. If you're down, you know, please be respectable and chill. Include your audio. You're free to join.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
chill.
quick question.
Okay.
My friend went
Yeah.
online. I think he'd be pretty chill for this podcast. I think you played with him. I can text him beforehand to make sure he's chill.
You do
Can I
that,
invite
but
him?
let's go. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and get back to Casper.
Yeah,
I don't really
yes.
want to cut him off.
So, I mean, my journey into Battlefront 2, originally, like, so I was a Battlefront 1 player from the beginning of it, and then when that game died out, I transitioned to Battlefront 2. Interesting thing, during the time of Battlefront 1, the HVV existed in Battlefront 1, and I played Battlefront 1 with Wage at that time. And I mean, I'll talk about some of the things that we accomplished in Battlefront 1. Going into
Mhm.
it, I wasn't the best player,
Oh,
but
I got.
like over time, like with anything, like you keep on putting work at it and you just keep on progressing and progressing, and then your team will progress and progress and progress. And
Yep, I
you know,
understand that.
so anyways, towards the end of Battlefront 1, me and Wage actually had the world record on Xbox for the most consecutive HVV wins at 117 on Battlefront 1. And then I don't know, somewhere around the time of like 2017, like when the drop of Battlefront 2 came out, I wasn't like friends with Wage at that time. I think I went my separate way, he went his. And then 2 years later, in 2019, I contacted Wage again, and like me and him became like cool on that sense. And I asked him what he had going on at the time. And at the time, his channel only had like 300 subs way back in the day. And
That's crazy.
yeah, yeah, I saw his channel go from 300 to what it is now. Pretty crazy. But so anyways, I hopped in there with him and resumed my role as co-leader of TDS on Battlefront 2. Whenever he wasn't there, I led it, and vice versa, I guess you could say,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, so I transitioned to Battlefront 2. I got into it, and originally, back when Mixer was still a thing, before they removed Mixer from
Oh
the
yeah,
Xbox
yeah. I
Live,
remember that.
Wage introduced me to the game through that. Wage refused to play with me until I learned every character. Like, he wanted me to start off as a blaster main, and that's what I did. I
Okay.
didn't touch sabers for like probably a straight up year. I was a blaster main, Never touched sabers, couldn't play a saber, didn't even know anything about sabers. I didn't play Anakin when he dropped. I didn't even play Anakin until he was like later on nerfed. I didn't even touch sabers until Anakin got nerfed. And
Okay.
so during that time frame of me getting into Battlefront 2, that's kind of like where I went with that. I teamed with Wage, and then I went my own
Kylo,
separate.
can you fix your mic, please?
My bad.
So I teamed with Wage on Battlefront 2 for probably maybe 2 years, and then I transitioned to SLE. I founded SLE, Sith Lords Eternals. We had at that point in time when I founded SLE, we had a lot of the best players at that time. We had this is back when the newest thing was a hook swing. The lunges didn't exist back then. Nothing.
What year was this?
This was like this. Oh man, this would have been like around, because I left TDS in December of 2020. So this would have been like the very beginning of 2021, or like the very ending of 2020. Is when I founded SLE. And at that point in time, I had tied rank 7 duelist. I forget his name before he joined SLE, but his name in SLE was SLE Retro. I dueled him and tied him. He beat me 6-5. I beat him 6-5. I had Kindred in there. He also tied him. We had Aloxo in there. He was rank 3 duelist at the time, and I lost to him 6-1 for his tryout at that time. And
You said Aloxa?
Yeah, Aloxo was in SLE. Yeah, and then
Oh,
there
was he? That's interesting.
yeah. Then there was who else was there? There was a lot of people that joined SLE, but we had some of the best blasters in the game and some of the best sabers in the game. But once the drama started kicking off on YouTube, we had like 30 extremely strong players. That was when SLE was at its pinnacle. Like, that's when we were at our peak, for about 2 or 3 months. And then the drama started kicking around between Wage and Sonya at the time. Those guys didn't want to be around it anymore, and a lot of them left. Like, none of them wanted to participate anymore, and they just left and did their own thing. And SLE wasn't the same after that. I mean, yeah, sure. I still ran it and kept it alive, but to be honest with you, it was never successful like it once was, to be honest. And as time progressed, it just felt like as the player base went down, it just felt like that there was no more decent people like to train and recruit. Like, there was no more, like, all the good players were teamed with who they were teamed with, and there was no sense of a growing community anymore for new players to turn competitive. And I kind of got stuck with, like, I'm not saying this in a bad way or nothing, but there was just no room to grow in that aspect of competitive for my clan. So after 8 or 9 months, I decided to end SLE and just do my own thing and play with friends, play for fun. I tried to be competitive, but with my job the way it is, I could never put in enough time to maintain anything significant, like that, so I kind of gave up on trying to be competitive, even though I'm a really good player. I just decided to not pursue it anymore, and then ultimately, due to the community being the way that the community is, I just, decided that it's not worth the stress anymore, regardless of, anything going on. It's not like one particular person or any this or any that, it's not because of anybody in the community, like, I'm not, I know that we're live on here and stuff, but no individual people or groups made me quit the game. I decided to quit on my own interests, just to have more time to do things that I enjoy, and to move on from it, because I've been doing it for so long, and it's just gotten to a point to where it's like I can't take it anymore. It's the same game, it's the same community, it's not going to grow anymore. It's just kind of in a stuck spot, and it's only getting worse and worse and worse, and it's just the same people over and over again. You know, and I
Yeah, I
can't
feel
take
you
it.
on that. I really do.
I cannot take it anymore, you know, like it's just, you know, but I will say that, you know, a lot of people out there, like, I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but in a sense, you know, I've heard from different people that in the comp community, I'm kind of a joke in a sense, and I really do wonder how that came to be, because at one point in time, you know, like, I was a top 10 duelist at the time, and also one of the best blaster mains in the game. You know, like with the stuff that I did with Han, like pioneering like the way that Han is played today. You know, that's why I claim to be, you know, like that's why I claim to be number one Han. You know, because I pioneered the way that he's played today. You know, back then
Yeah, that's perfectly respectable.
back then nobody was using detonite charge to knock Boba out of the sky. Back then nobody knew about blowing Grievous out of Claw Rush. Like, nobody knew about that stuff, man. Nobody knew about just a lot of different things, dude. And you know, and the things that I've done with Han Solo, my 4v1s are unscripted. I've had people that, you know, I'm not going to name names, but I have had people tell me that are S tier players that are regarded as the absolute best blasters in the game tell me themselves, oh, I could do that, and I will do that. And then it's nowhere to be found, and it's like I'm the only person that's done it, like, unscripted, you know? And I just, you know, I just feel like this community tries to take away from my accomplishments, you know? They say that I'm trash and all this and that. Like, you know, like, I have beaten Sensei and Vitali in 4s on Hoth on both sides. You know, it's just, you know, it takes the right team to do it, man. Because if you don't have the right team to do the job, it's not me. The problem was never me. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
As far as that goes.
I understand you on the whole job thing, you know, because, like, as a lot of people know, and it's kind of a meme, I guess, in my little community. I work 12-hour shifts. There you guys go. You heard it.
Same, dude.
But I sort of don't have time to really play Battlefront like that. But I'm starting to pick it up. I know I recently told people I kind of wanted to stop playing, but as the fours tournament commenced, and I started playing fours a little bit more with like Visa, Lydrate, and Sonya, and then I found it to be a little bit fun. So I started getting into fours, and that's kind of why I'm coming back. And, you know, I picked up a little team here and they're repracticing.
Nice.
I kind of wanted to get into a little bit about me. I guess I haven't really told people how I started. Just give people a little bit more information that might be interesting about me. As you guys know, my name was Ro, but for the real OGs that really know me, back in 2020 and 2019, I started this game in 2019 in September, so a couple months before the Rise of Skywalker update. I originally played it because my cousin and me, we used to play the original Battlefront 2 on PlayStation 2, so he told me about this, and I got into it. I remember when the balls first released, BB-8 and BB-9, I remember people was just picking them and just rolling around the map, not even knowing what the fuck to do. At the time, they were considered really trash, because people hadn't figured them out yet, but, you know, as time went on, they're pretty broken, especially if they're still low 1v1ing. I'd say I played in 2019 a little bit. I still have a video up on my channel of when the Sith Troopers first dropped, and I think that's when I stopped playing, up until probably, I'd say late 2020, like December-ish to 2021 in January, because I was a Call of Duty Modern Warfare main. I used to be really good at sniping and stuff. And I will say this here, I don't care if you don't believe me, I have him added. I did play with the #1 ranked sniper 1v1er in Modern Warfare. Like, this dude never misses a shot. If you don't know who it is, his name is Slappin' Terry. He used to play with FaZe members, but that's besides the point. That's off topic. But, so I picked the game back up. I remember playing... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. My old gamer tag, the OGs know me like EBK Anthony, Curious, Chief Greenbud. I used to be K-Pop Boy. That was my old name. I used to be a blaster main only, like on my K-Pop Boy account that I still have. Almost all my blasters are above level 100. I used to be really good with Finn. He was my favorite to play. But yeah, fun fact, I did play with Sonya Sonya, Turbo, Fury, whatever you want to call him. He
Yeah.
doesn't really remember me because I used to play with him a little bit, and then we just kind of broke off and went our separate ways. Because I
Mm-hmm.
remember when he was Fury. So,
Yeah, me and him had quite the history.
but yeah, so I was playing with him for a little bit, and then shortly after I met EBK and Laggard of Adard. I think that's how you say his name. But and just from 2021 and there, I started playing the game more and more. Then eventually, I got back into Modern Warfare 3, the old Call of Duty. I picked up a little team and we was 1v1ing and whatnot. I just kind of grew out of it, and then I came back to Battlefront 2. I'd say around November-ish, September, November of 2021 is when I really came back to Battlefront. No, I actually lied. So in September is, I'd say August is when I really came back. But in September, I remember I 1v1 Dracula in a group post. He was inviting people. But he was on his other account, Skater Crush. And I remember he was just like really toxic and shit. And I just came back to the game. Like he was really toxic. He whooped my ass. So I quit the game for a month. So when I came back in November, that's when I started like taking the game seriously, getting good at 1v1s. Like I used to be a lot better then. A lot of people would know that played with me during December and January. Then as we all know, I know a lot of you guys seen the video in the community, the video that Sensei's got up on me, where I challenged him to 1v1, It's kind of like an interview the whole time because I was asking questions because it was my first time meeting him. I didn't know how he was going to be or how he was going to turn out. I thought it was going to be like toxic, but he was actually pretty chill. So then after there, I kind of just exploded in the community a little bit, started up my channel doing Battlefront stuff, and now at 252 or 53 subs. I don't know, it usually drops between there. And for now, right now, I've hosted tournaments for about a month now, back in February. Shout outs to Sensei, he really helped me push my first tournament. I'm sure he was probably iffy at it a little bit because, some random guy that challenged him to 1v1 wanted to host a tournament. But, the first tournament it was kind of rocky, but it was a success. And now we're pushing on to bigger things now, which I'm really excited for. If any of you guys do watch this and you're new to my channel and you see this podcast later, I'll leave a link to my Discord in the description. You're always welcome. And you're always welcome to join my tournaments. I don't care your skill level. I always want players to have fun. That's why I'm trying to cut back on this toxicness a little bit. If I could just ease it a little bit and put a band-aid on it, so that way new players can actually come in and enjoy and have fun. But yeah, that's kind of my story for Battlefront. That's kind of how I started.
That's a good story, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, well, I did want to do a round. Hold up. I think Bimley just hit me up. Well, let me see if Bimley's on. If not, and I'm going to kind of wrap this up for now because I wanted to do around 30 minutes. Because I got that one tournament today.
Yeah. Do you feel like Lydrate and Kylo Ren should go real quick?
Alright, I'm back.
If they're down, I mean,
Yeah, I feel like
I asked Lydrate earlier, but
yeah.
What's happening, bro?
Kylo, Kylo, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit more, I guess go ahead. The stage is all yours, or EBK,
Well, I'm gonna give them a chance first if they want to go. Sure.
Yeah.
No, you're good. No, it's your turn. You're good to go, man.
Well, hi. To be more specific, I just said my name was Kylo before. My name is James. I'm 17. I'm pretty chill.
That's personal.
I don't
Is
really
this a
care too
dating
much about it.
profile?
I don't know, man. Hit me up, I guess. So,
I'm just messing with you, dude.
yeah, I'm chilling. I haven't played too much in the past few days. I've been really watching, I'm binging, to be honest with you, One Piece, but really chilling. Missing the way the game used to be, right? Like, not talking back to 2017 when it first dropped and shit. That was horrendous. I had to pay to play characters and stuff, but
I didn't play at that time, so I wouldn't know.
yeah, I originally got it back then. I tried playing online when I first got it, and I did horrible. So I just played a lot of offline with my little cousin and my brother. Well, I actually have a twin brother. Yeah, and it's just.
They said you're muted, Kylo.
Oh, I am. Oh.
Do you have your audio?
Oh,
tuned?
I don't think he had his audio included.
Yeah, I'll turn it off. Turn it back on. It's getting weird. working now? That's
Yeah,
on
I
for
think
me.
I heard you. You're
All right,
good.
but yeah, like I was saying, I'm James. I'm 17. I
No, I
wish
think
the
they
way
heard you the whole
Battlefront
time. I think
originally
this person
was.
was trolling. You're good, bro. Continue with your thing.
Oh, damn. But like I wish they would bring back Battlefront. And like,
The
Battlefront
updates you mean?
2, yeah, like I wish they would add more
Okay.
characters, more maps, stuff like fix
Mhm.
glitches and stuff. Because like
Yeah.
Battlefront 3, even though it's not or like it's really unlikely, and if it does happen, it's gonna be a long time,
Mm-hmm.
probably by
Yeah.
a different creator. It doesn't sound right. Battlefront 2 sounds way better. Battlefront 3 just
I don't
doesn't sit
know.
right with me.
The
I don't
name.
know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Just leave a sour taste in people's mouth.
Yeah, like I wish it would add more people to Battlefront 2, add more maps, fix bugs,
Yeah, they had a lot of
like,
great potential for the game, but just
and then they
completely
went to
abandoned
like,
hope.
yeah, for like already failing game.
Yeah, they're just bad developers, dude. EA and DICE. I mean, they really shouldn't have been
I
behind
feel like
this.
EA more. I mean, Dice, they really put their foot down on
Dice
the
did their
pedal.
job, but
Yeah, I feel
EA,
like
man,
if they
they
just would
really
have been
sucked
left to
ball.
do their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and EA not nag them, I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, DICE used to make really good
Personally,
games.
for me, I don't think a Battlefront 3 made by another company would sit right with me. I think
Exactly,
DICE has perfected it, and I don't even care if they just copy and paste the Battlefront 2 with more content and call that 3, dude. I think everybody would be happy with that. I can't see anybody
Yeah.
complaining about that.
I mean, I'd
Because
be
all we want is more
happy.
content.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd be happy with more character selections, maybe change the combat system, obviously. I
Hmm.
mean, now we're getting into a completely different topic about, like actual game mechanics, but in general, just add
Yeah.
private matches, change the gameplay, make it more fun, fix the glitches that are completely breaking this game that now everybody knows about.
Okay.
I mean, as far as 1v1s go nowadays, it's just a matter of who can exploit the most to win. Whoever has a higher ping,
Yeah,
whoever has
I
a
was just
higher
gonna say
ping
that.
Whoever has a
The
higher
ping, oh
ping
my
is
god.
gonna have a better connection. Their hits are gonna connect more. Everything's gonna connect
That's why fours
faster.
are better, man. Fours really do take skill.
Exactly.
At first, I didn't believe
Exactly.
people. I was like, shut the fuck up.
2v2s and
Like,
4s. That's kind of where I'm
yeah,
leaning towards.
twos.
mm,
In my opinion, twos take the most skill, dude. They are the most
Yeah.
stressful fucking
Yeah.
strategy. Oh my
Dude.
god.
Dude, I tell you, dude, me in Japan, one of the biggest challenges that we ever faced. Now, I do have, I've had my fair share of problems with it, with everybody within this community at some point or another. And I've always, whether it be my fault or somebody else's, it's always been patched up. And I'm not one for drama. I don't care for it. It just magically seems to happen to me. I don't know why. But
Hmm.
anyways, one of the biggest challenges I ever faced as far as my 2v2s actually go was when I 2v2'd Sensei and Vitali with SLE
Shout out Sam.
Japan on my team. And I will definitely say 2v2s take like perfect coordination and perfect teamwork.
Yes, they do.
And me and Japan, like we were like a really 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 strong duo back then. And the only team that we ever like officially lost to was Sensei and Vitali. And we lost to them 6-2. And at that point in time, we didn't really train against any other team on this game. We kind of just hopped in there, no scrims, no nothing. We just hopped in there and did it for fun and did that little live stream or whatever. And that's what we put up on them. And
Hmm.
I was impressed by that because of what I had just stated previously and stuff. And that really, validated a lot of, things for me. Was just, two people regarded as some of the highest tier players in the game, and being able to put rounds on them and stuff. And I've had my fair share of accomplishments, on this game.
Hmm.
And like before the target system got patched and changed to the kill count system it is today, uh me, Wage, Kindred, and Loco Chancho actually set the world record for the most eliminations in an HVV match. This was actually the
Okay.
night before, or no, yeah, the night before the target system change, before it was going to take effect. And we had 730, was it? It was like 700, it was
Oh
751.
yeah, you're talking about where it solos out one person and you gotta kill them, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've
so,
seen videos on that. That shit
yeah,
must have took forever to finish
yeah, dude,
games.
it was like an hour and a half long match. We had 751 eliminations, and
Crazy.
set the world record that could never be broken. You know, it was pretty cool to do that. We did
That's
it
cool.
before too, but it was at like 400 something, and then another team on PlayStation, led by my friend Mando, who's on PSN. He actually broke it and hit like, I think we hit like, I don't remember what we hit, but he hit like 400 something, and then we came back and then just like topped the wall with it and hit 751. I mean, it was, you know, it was fun and stuff, but I could talk about Battlefront 2 for hours and hours. I want to give other
Yeah,
people
yeah.
a chance.
Yeah, you're good, you're good. Me, I was about to say, wow, what the fuck? I actually forgot what I was about to say. Go ahead, Kyle. God damn.
Oh well, no, I'm just sighing. I'm tired, man.
I'm tired of
all.
me too, bro. I worked
I just got
12, man.
2v1s in Hero Showdown by Anakin Obi-Wan as a blaster, so you know that's
Oh,
lovely.
I remember. Okay, I was gonna say probably my biggest accomplishments so far, I'd say, is the tournament stuff. You know, I've actually had a lot of players that used to beef with me, but now they kind of respect me and they was telling me how I'm kind of bringing the game back because I'm getting a lot of OG players, especially in my Force tournament. You should see some of the players we got, like the teams and everything. It was looking pretty nasty up in there. It's so good that I just had to get a team and play for myself. So I'm gonna be practicing hard, really getting up in there in those fours. You know, I understand that we might not win, but I'm playing for the fun, and I want to hopefully knock some teams off from getting that money. You feel me?
Nice, man. Yeah, I wish you luck on that, dude. For sure, man. You're definitely bringing the competitive community together, you know? That's amazing to see. It really is. It's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do because I try to do it. It's tough, dude.
Yeah, yeah. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to give up, especially when I hosted my first tournament, and like it was kind of like falling apart a little bit. I was like, man, I just fuck this shit. I don't want to stop. But I
Right.
pulled through, you know. As we all know, since I won that tournament beautifully, tore through the whole bracket, and we're here because of that. So if I would have never pulled in there, then you know all these players, the game probably just would have kept dying even more and more. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Definitely, man. For sure. I'm happy for you that you're, you know, doing what you're doing and you're enjoying doing it, and that's awesome, man. You know, as long as you enjoy what you're doing, you know, it's not seen as like a tedious task. But whenever you don't enjoy doing what you're doing, or you don't have time to get
Yeah.
invested into it anymore, like for me, it's a mixture of both. I don't enjoy doing what I do anymore for Battlefront. And then there's also the fact that my time is very valuable to me because I do not get a lot of free time. And,
Yep.
you know, it's
I
tough,
understand that.
dude. It's like, I don't, like, you know, back when I did make videos, like, I lost interest in wanting to do it. And then and then it came to a point to where it's like, I had to do it. And then it was just like, okay, well, all my time's being wasted on this. I would much rather be playing something I
Yeah.
enjoy, you know, and it's just, a bunch of different things. But, you know, all I want at the end of the day is just, you know, I'm not a prideful person. I mean, yeah, sure I am, maybe a little bit. It's just because I want respect for what I've done. You know, I just want to be remembered as one of the OGs, and I think I've earned that respect.
That's understandable, you know. Me, I have different looks on things. I wouldn't say I'm egotistical. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I just like to bring people together because I'm more of like a friends and family type person. You know, I like it when people are like close and around to me. So I don't know. I just like bringing people together and having fun. You know, I definitely go by living the days to the last because you know life is short. I definitely say this a bunch, especially when people are arguing. You know, you got enemies now, but they were once friends. You know, life is very
Yeah,
short. Cherish those small moments because at one point in time, people are not going to be there no more. So you always want to cherish the times. Not to get
definitely.
dark and all, but that's just what I go by.
No, that's a good way of living, you know? Always treat every moment as if it's the last moment. You know, treat your friends. You know, treat people with respect and how you want to be treated. You know, if people had that mindset, there'd be no toxicity, dude. Like I just think that nowadays there's a lot like more immature people like on the games and stuff. Like back in the day, dude, like
Oh
when
yeah.
I was like, you know, now obviously there's a lot of different age groups and stuff, but generally the ones that are more toxic are younger kids. You know, like back in the day when I was that young, you know, like people were not that toxic, you know, like trash talking has evolved. I mean, I've been doing competitive
Oh
gaming
yeah.
for like 10 years, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that the type of trash talking today doesn't even compare to what it used to back in the day. Like back in the day, I mean, it's like literally like a conversation with a friend compared to now. Like it's literally
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
Like I
Excuse me.
think society is honestly degraded.
That's partly due to social media, but I want to go back to Battlefront for a little bit. This is something I've been thinking about for a while too, and you guys can either agree or disagree. Let me know what you think of this. But I remember back in 2019, late 2019, and probably all the way through 2020. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, and it starts with Ahsoka, if you guys know that YouTuber.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
Everybody
remember
knows him
the
basically.
community was not as toxic. It was still pretty toxic. You got messages and shit, but it was nowhere near how it is now. I
Right.
think once he started blowing up and making those toxic front videos and all that, I think that showed up,
Hmm.
sort of, people started opening their eyes and seeing you could get views off that, and it's sort of pushed the
Yeah.
agenda for Battlefront. Hey, let's do this. Let's act like this. Let's make
Right.
videos like this. We tend to get views and more attention and whatnot. I think that's what
Yeah.
sort of pushed Battlefront to get more toxic in my eyes. But I'd
Yeah.
like your guys' thoughts and opinions on that.
Oh
No.
yeah. I mean, oh,
Oh,
like I said,
sorry.
I started recently playing back online just about a year ago, so I didn't really notice much of a difference.
Um.
So
No.
Yeah, yeah, that's
No.
understandable.
You know, I'd like to elaborate on that. That's actually a very good suggestion because Ahsoka at the time, I think he might have been the biggest Battlefront YouTuber as far as like actual views go.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like
don't think
per
there's anyone that's
video.
bigger than him.
Yeah, like per video. So I will definitely say, you know, people that are just getting into content creation, stuff like that, small time YouTubers, even larger YouTubers with, you know, several thousands of subs and stuff,
Hmm.
you know, will kind of copy into trend. I mean, you got to do what you got to do as a content creator to stay, you know, popular and relevant. There's that aspect
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
you know, so you got to make content that people will actually watch. Whatever trending at the time is what people are going to make. So if Ahsoka is making some videos that are getting mega attention and, you know, like he's the trendsetter, then everybody else
Hmm.
falls in below that, you know, and they all start copying and pasting what he's doing because that's the trend right now, and it turns
Yeah.
the community into toxicity. And I think also, I mean, I think that played a part in it too. But also, I think just, I mean, as time went on and the game just got worse and worse and worse and worse, and the player base kept on dwindling, I felt like only the toxic people like remained in a sense. Like not
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
them, but I felt like the more the actual player base went down, the more the toxicity increased.
Hmm. Yeah, I will say this game is very egotistical.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
back when I was known as K-pop boy, I remember I used to be like super hyped when 1v1s because
what the fuck?
shout outs to Chief Greenbud. He actually got me into, I don't know if I said this earlier, but he got me into 1v1s because I used to be a blaster main only. And when I found his group post, that's when I got into 1v1ing and all that. But I did used to be a little bit egotistical. I remember when I used to like kill people and shit. I used to just like scream at the top of my lungs and shit, like "Let's go!" Like I used to be like that. I used to just scream. That was just me.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah,
you
I
know,
could definitely
being
see. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you. No, I was gonna say that's not
You're good.
like, you know, yelling and screaming like "let's go" and stuff when you kill somebody. I don't really see that as being toxic. Like if you're in a comp game and like you get a big kill on somebody that leads into something else that creates a win for
Hmm.
your team in a certain like gameplay environment. Like if you get a kill that leads into a 4-man wipe or something, or you pull off a clutch kill and you yell like "let's go," like I don't know, man. I don't think like that's like toxic, you know. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, like I don't know. My definition of like, honestly, my pure definition of being toxic is like constantly like, I mean, I get stream sniped like every stream I do. So my definition
I know, dude.
my
Even got
definition,
DOSed.
yeah, I got DDoS one time too, but no, my definition of being toxic on this game is just for the general player would be, you know, the bagging, the body shooting, the saber teabagging, the you know, obviously fin glitching, doing exploits and stuff. You know, that's being toxic. Like, I'm talking over the top exploits. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
No, I
being
definitely know what you
toxic.
mean.
You know. You know, even hook swinging a random, you know, to death just by hook swings is toxic. You know, like, you know, so there's a lot of different ways to define it now that there's so many different exploits and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
then there's the messaging and stuff too. But yeah, as far as gameplay goes,
That's
yeah,
a whole other story.
right,
Game.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
this
know.
was nice. I hate to cut it short and all, but I am tired as fuck, and I got a tournament to host today. So
Same,
I'm definitely gonna
bro.
be doing more of these. This was actually pretty fun. I didn't know how
Yeah.
this was gonna go, but I actually liked it.
Yeah, this was pretty cool and chill, dude. I enjoyed it too. For sure, man. I tell you, I'm tired too, bro. Like, I've been awake since like 5 p.m. yesterday, and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning right now.
Oh, you actually joined. Well, I guess before we head out, we can get some. Alaskan, do you have your mic? I didn't think he was gonna
Yeah,
join.
yeah.
Oh, your voice got deeper. What the fuck? Yo, last time I played with you, you was a little kid. Oh shit. Anyways, include your audio. I gotta tell people about you real quick.
Alright, but
Let me know when your audio is included.
yeah, it is. It's good.
Okay, so we got Alaskan Blizzard here. What's up, Alaskan?
So
So if like I said, I do want to end this real quick, but I gotta introduce this guy. So my very first tournament, this kid knows that been wanting to host tournaments since like summer of last year. Let's say around
yeah,
like,
but you've been wanting that host tournament for a minute now.
I remember this guy was the one that won my very first tournament. It was a fucking mess, but it was a horrible mess. But he
Oh
was
my
the one
god,
that won
bro!
that
Like
tournament.
there was people leaving in the middle. It was retarded. How many people?
Yes, bro. It was chaotic, but we pulled through. So I guess this was my very first tournament I hosted. I do still have recordings of that one where we was on Yavin 4. It's actually still on my capture card, but it's just like incomplete, so that's why I haven't like uploaded it. But yeah, if you guys don't know, shout outs to Alaskan Blizzard. He'll probably definitely be around more now that I got in touch with him. It's crazy that it was in this podcast. But like I said, I'm gonna wrap this up. Appreciate Casper, Elijah, and Visa just sort of chilling in the background. Alaskan, I'll definitely have to get you in the next one. Probably do one tomorrow. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Thanks, Casper, for joining it. You know, it was a pretty big
Yeah.
help right there.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Anytime, man. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be all for this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like on it, comment what you thought down below, and above all else, hit that sub bell for future releases. You guys can still expect some Battlefront 2 content, it just won't be me playing in the current times. Later, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Shout out to Roe.
All right.